everybody, it's Sherry,
And Bria. Hey.
and welcome back to another episode of Alleged Actually podcast. So, guys, tonight we had to hop on here and talk to you guys about Love is Blind. Wow. Did
There are
you
going
guys
to be
watch?
so many spoilers today on this episode. So if you have not seen it,
Yeah, keep it pushing.
yes.
Come back and see us after you watched it. Definitely.
Right. We have a lot to discuss.
We do. So, Bria, you kicking it off or am I?
I guess I can kick it off.
All right.
Okay. So there was only one episode this week, as we all know, and it was Meet Me at the Altar because it's wedding day. Okay. So we start off with Chelsea and Jimmy, the season's favorite couple, pretty much.
Absolutely.
So, they're sitting down, having a nice conversation. And this is like on the heels of their Carowinds trip from last episode where I think, what did they carve out an ice sculpture or something? Or like, or no, the ring ice sculpture. And it was a picture out of a fairy tale, whatever. But I digress. They're sitting at the table talking about the wedding day, and Jimmy is asking Chelsea questions about like how she feels, is she comfortable, and you know what, the rest. I want to kind of discuss as we're doing this.
How we're getting there.
We're getting there. But okay, so anyways, he's asking her questions about how she's feeling, and of course she's like, well, the Chelsea face where she's just like,
yeah,
pretty much. And she's hesitant, but she said that she still wants it, of course. I mean, of course. And I think he sets her up because she says all of these good things about how, they've been through so much and they've made it through all the hurdles and now they're finally in a good place. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to the altar with you.
He did.
So,
and what I found shocking, because when I'm watching it, I'm settling in, I've been waiting all day. I come in from work and I'm like, all right, let's get it. I have to do the quality time with the hubby first. And then 8:00 is my time to kind of skedaddle and do my reality TV, just mind-numbing good TV, right?
Right.
I turn it on, and not even long into the episode, my mouth is like, everything she said, but here's what I say. He definitely set her up. Because she thought she was talking. She even acted like she was hesitant to say yes at first.
Absolutely. Yes.
In her true manipulative form of, how she's had to overcome so many things with him. But she really loved him. And, she just rallied. I really want to be married. And he said, well, to be honest with you,
I don't feel the same.
I can't even do it. Don't feel the same. Can't do it. Can't meet you at the altar. So the unforgivable sin that she did, among things, was she spoke on camera about him having sex with his friend. Which is translation for, when I was at the group reunion, Jess was looking banging, and that's who I really want.
That's it right there. That's
Mic drop.
Yes. Because, he was hard. Like, okay, so in that fight that they had, he was hard pressed. He was like, okay, so you crossed the boundary.
Yeah,
I can't go there with you. And at that point, I do believe that he did want to go.
He was mad. Yeah.
Yes. However, because I'm going to stick by this, I think Chelsea is very manipulative, and she was able to slither her way back into his good graces. Not fully. I think he was actually going to he might have married her if he didn't see Jess. honestly.
Okay. All right. So I agree with you 1000%, but I am going to
Or he
say
might have
that,
made it to the altar at least.
right. I think if she had not acted such a fool on that night that he went to meet his friend for their birthday, that he'd have been too guilty to do it this way.
Yes.
She gave him something to work with. You feel
Yes.
me? Okay.
Yes.
So
Because
we're
if it
clear.
was such an issue, then it should have been deaded at that, like the night
He had
that
the
it happened.
opportunity. Right.
Yes.
But he was
And
still a
and
kissing and a
he might
loving.
be right. Right. And now there is that clause in their contract. If you don't make it to the altar, you have to pay. And so, and we were assuming that that was it. But he still didn't, make it to that altar. And I do believe that it is because of Miss Jess. I do.
I think so.
I do.
1000%.
And if you've seen because they have the reunion looks, you see Jess is there. You don't see Laura, but Jess is there.
Jess is there.
She didn't get coupled up. Why is Jess there?
We all know why Jess is there.
Right.
And let's be clear.
Right.
There's been hints of things, not that particularly, but enough to know that Jess is she's still around the scene. She's still around the Love is Blind scene. You feel me?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
To that Instagram post where Jimmy was like, hey, not too much on my girl. I know that she looks crazy on camera, but like not too much. And then Jess commented, remember that?
Did you see the Instagram post where he said EpiPen check? Engagement X?
No, I didn't. I didn't. But that's also a good little nugget that lets us know that, him and Jess are definitely seeing each other now.
Yeah, they're playing banter.
Yes.
All right. All right, guys, we're going to let that go because we have so much more to dive into. Chelsea and Jimmy, we're doomed from the start because Chelsea I'm not even going to
No, we're not going to
stop it, Bria. I do it
anymore.
every time we talk about them. Can I not get off the whole Megan Fox thing?
Why am I so hung up on it? We're not even going to do it.
We're totally not even going there. That doesn't even matter.
She's a pretty girl in her own right, but she is very insecure. Very.
Very, very, very. So that's the thing. And honestly, she sabotaged that relationship by acting a fool. If she'd have really grown with Jimmy, I do believe Jimmy would have stuck it in there. Even if his fleshly desires was for Jess, I think the good man in him would have stayed with her to at least see where it went. So that's all on that. More to follow on Chelsea and Jimmy on the reunion. And we're gonna move on to AD and Clay. Y'all.
I called it.
You did, but I was so hoping you were wrong. Man, when I say there was a bit of me that broke right with her.
Yeah. Oh, same. Same.
I was hurt. So hurt.
Yeah.
So, okay. So let me set it up. I'll start it up, and then Bria, I'm gonna bounce it over to you. But okay. So we go to the wedding. Okay. Well, before that, we got rid of Chelsea and Jimmy. Okay. Yeah. They have a little bachelorette party for AD and Amy, and then for Johnny and Clay, and then they had some of their friends there, and as did AD and Amy.
Yes,
they had a nice little honey. Chelsea was getting it down, boy. She was doing her little hoe dance. She was working it out. She was lit. It was good times. The one thing I will say that I noticed at the bachelor party, Clay was doing a lot of over talking. Doing a lot of over talking to Johnny. I'm glad it's us. I knew we'd be here. I've grown so much from this experience. He's a blinker too. Have y'all noticed about his blinking?
Oh yes.
He's a blinker.
I want to say it's probably one of his tells. Like when he's lying, he probably blinks a lot.
I think so. Lying or like trying to talk himself through something. There's this thing, he's an athlete.
Maybe like something.
Apparently he was a really good athlete, track star like his dad, really into athletics, All-American. And he's in that mindset of, if I try hard enough, if my mind over matter, So he's a quipper, like I can do this. This is this, da, da, da. And he was kind of doing that at the bachelor party. It was not organic. It
Mm,
was not a man really enjoying himself, looking forward to marriage. It was really like, I'm trying to hype myself up to do this. I can do this. I can do this. Is what I was that's what I was getting. Was that what he was giving when what you thought, Rhea?
absolutely. Yes. That's how he's been to me the whole season though. So
True that. And
uh
even didn't Johnny look confused to you?
yes. He was like, "Hmm?"
Because he was
But
securing what
I
he was
mean,
going to do.
right, exactly. And I think Johnny even felt that. He was like, "You're doing a little
You're
bit too
doing too
much right
much.
now.
You're doing too
Not
much,
quite
sir.
understanding what's going on here, but I'm getting married tomorrow." So
Looked at him kind of like, I feel for you, bro, because something ain't right. Did he not?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't think I was crazy.
No, you aren't.
Okay. So they get done with the bachelorette and bachelor party. And now we're ready for the wedding day. I love okay, let's say this. So the aesthetics of it, I love the whole rustic building they use for them to get ready in, how they had the flowers, balloons, the Mr. and Mrs. So pretty.
Yeah.
So for a young woman's perspective, or old woman too, because honey child, if I walked with somebody like that, I would be thrilled to walk in there, to feel like this is my day. I have
Yes.
made it. I am ready to walk down the altar to this man I love in this freaking bad butt dress because AD looked banging in her wedding
Gor-
dress, y'all. She
Gorgeous.
really did. That dress was meant for her. And her mom was there. Her mom comes in. Her sisters are there, her nieces. And so her bridesmaids, flower girl, they're all in there while she's getting her hair and makeup done. There's a really touching moment between her and her mother. Her mother is just so emotional. She got a
Mhm.
chance to meet Clay's mom and they instantly connected because it's like real woman to real woman. You know what I mean? They just
Absolutely.
had that vibe. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I loved that.
Yeah. They instantly like got each other.
They
It seemed
got each other off
like,
top, right?
yeah.
And to me, now keep in mind, guys, I'm watching it as it's unfolding. So to me, I'm thinking, dang, that's just one more plus. You feel me? Because what better way? And Clay's mom had said how much she thought of AD, which resonated with her mom because that's her baby, as I
Mhm.
would be, right? So if you get how wonderful my daughter is, and I'm in love with you too, right? So it was like everything was melding together, and I was just like, okay, this is it, this is it. She looked absolutely stunning. Touching moments with her mom. Sisters were crying. I mean, the whole nine. Clay. He's also in a rustic area for the guys. Him, his groomsmen were there for a bit. But then his father walks in. Okay, now we've heard about his dad all through the season. His
Literally.
father's name is Trevor.
Mhm. And the man
And
Mhm.
right. And so Trevor decides to give his son the talk to me, which was the final nail in the coffin.
Absolutely 110%. Yes. Yes.
Mhm. Shall you wanna take it from here, Brie, or shall I keep going?
Um, you can keep going. I'll definitely be chiming in though.
Alright. So, his dad comes in, and there's a couple things that are very evident to me. The first
Mhm.
thing is Clay desperately wants validation and, approval from his father.
Absolutely.
And his father, true to form, as we know that Clay struggled with the, idea that perhaps he would not be faithful to AD, or to anyone in this matter because of what he witnessed growing up. His father was not faithful to his mother, and not only was he not faithful to his mother, he would take Clay with him on his little excursions to meet his side chicks.
Right.
So Clay witnessed as a child his father just blatantly disrespecting his mother.
Mhm.
And so I think his ideals of what a marriage is certainly not a healthy one from what he saw. How can you profess to love this wonderful woman so much and then do these things? And so I think he struggled throughout that. There are people that are going to drag me for this because there are people already out there wearing Clay out that was an excuse. And Brie, I think you spoke to that as well. Like, I warned you, so don't be mad at me. But from my perspective, I see it deeper. He can be the better man. But I
Mhm.
think the fear of his mother isn't a wonderful evolved woman, and we'll get to that. But I'm sure he saw his mother go through the struggle to get to where that is. And
Absolutely.
that was hurtful for him. And I think that the fear of him doing the same thing to a woman that he admires, respects, even if the love is not like infinitely deep, there was definitely something there between the two of them. I think he struggled with that. So where he was ready to meet her at the altar initially, I think he was going to do it. I think, I know, Bria, but I think that when he had a conversation with his father and his dad's rhetoric, and his dad saying how proud he was, and then like his dad giving him all these like pep talks like a coach would do an athlete. They even talk
Right.
about how his dad was in track, and then how his dad took it so far, but then Clay took it to the next level, and he lived. He was always rooting for his son. There's a transfer of manhood to manhood, and to him, he doesn't know what to do with it. There was a lot of blinking going on in that conversation as well. I feel like his father left him feeling kind of crazy.
Yeah. No, I agree. I still think that he would have said no at the altar, but I do believe that his father helped push him in that, like, help justify that decision that he had. In the like, because when they were talking, it was like he went over his accolades pretty much, and
Yes, he did.
how great
How great he was,
and how much he's like, and pretty much saying you're like me, so that's why you're so great.
Yep.
And it just hearing that and I'm finding it. Hold on.
Pull it out, sis. Pull it out.
I'm trying. I don't know. It's just hearing that was sad.
It was.
It does seem like he has a lot that he needs to work through with that. It's because I can't imagine, like, as a child, just seeing your father's concubines and just like having to, you know what I'm saying? That's traumatizing, and I get it. I don't think he's ready for marriage at all with anybody. However, my frustration comes in, why would you sign up for a show where you know that marriage is the end goal?
I know, and that's what makes me mad about these shows, because the individual's reluctance to do it if they're not sure makes sense. But I would have thought we would have worked through all of that before getting here. But that's because that's supposed to be the buttery part about these shows.
Exactly. Yes.
I think for him, I think that, okay, this is just speculation. This is only Sherry's opinion. I feel like he wanted to be better than his father, and that he thought that if he could get on this experiment and find a like-minded woman and kind of skip the other stuff, that maybe he could work through those things. I don't think that he really understood the trauma that he went through. Imagine carrying that as a child. He didn't tell his mom until while they were filming the show what happened. That was new news to her. It wasn't like, he carried that from a child to a man. That's from a child's perspective, and then as a man, as you grow, to put that where it needs to be put is a hard thing to do. And I am not giving him an easy pass, because I know what it sounds like. I'm not. I'm processing through
I know
what I think was going on. Because he seemed to have he was not sure anyway. You could tell by the way they would have their conversation. I don't think he was 100% regardless of any of that. But you're right. That kind of was the thing that made him justify, I can't do this, right?
Yes.
And you can see the immaturity in his father, as old as his father is, and we will get to that shortly. My God. Goes to tell you, sisters and brothers out there, that age does not equate maturity. And you would think that when you would want your child to be better. I want mine to be better than me. I want them to do better, and I want them to learn from my mistakes and not relish in the fact that, either sweep it under the rug and then only talk about the great parts of me. That's really ignorant. But That's so ignorant. But his demeanor gave me that's the space he's still in. Okay.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Right.
Yes. He has
So
not, he's not a changed man. He's
no.
still probably doing whatever he was doing as a married man still.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's just disgusting. I don't know. It's just
It gives, don't you think it just gives you more insight into why Clay struggles?
absolutely 100.
Okay.
It did. Yes.
Okay. Because at first, we all dragged him for that, like, cheese is not genetic, that's dumb. But no, 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 no. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. What he made his son witness and made him son believe was okay, when that is just a complete disrespect to the institution of marriage. Complete
Right.
disrespect.
Right.
Okay. So that we end there, and then we're ready for the moment. So her mom comes out,
Mhm.
her sisters and nieces are there as the bridesmaids and flower girls. Everybody is there, and AD walks up till she gets to the point before they open the gate and the music begins to play. Her mother is crying because she's emotional. His mom looks over at her mom and says, "Mm-mm, we got this, because they got that bond already."
Yeah.
And so it begins. AD walks down that aisle, and I mean, she looks stunning.
Yes.
And we get there, and about that, a little interruption. But we get there, and what disturbed me was when she got up on the stage to join him.
Mhm.
Hold on one second. I'm so sorry. I have to do this. I keep getting somebody interrupting my video. So I'm sorry, guys. Every time you're trying to like do something great, somebody tries to help you not be great. But as she gets ready to get on stage, he was like, "Okay, body." Really? Now that ticked me off. Okay.
Mhm. However, like I said, he's been making comments like this the whole entire time. And I'm mad. I think I'm more so, not more upset with AD, but I just, I wish she would have said no. I
I
really,
wish she
really
would have said no,
would
but
no.
so guys, to make it not a long story, because I know
Yeah,
we're dragging out the
we are.
inevitable.
But
They
y'all know.
He says, she says yes, he says no. Okay, guys.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not going to do a verbatim of what she said and he said. Bottom
No.
line, she
But
said
she had
yes.
some, right, right. She said like some really sweet vows to him, and
Yes. He had
basically,
some wonderful things to say about her, but
mhm, but there's a but.
there's a huge but. But to me, he made it a lot about him. You've made me a better person. I'm grown through this experiment. Because of this, I'm better. It really
Mhm,
didn't have anything to do with how he really, I mean, he respected her and all that, but it just,
mhm.
it wasn't there.
No,
She deserves better.
right,
You could tell that she was genuinely shocked. The
right.
words that she had spoken with her mother and her sisters, that she had found her man, that she had found her guy. God, it made it all sad. And
It-
I all day.
And it would almost seem like they had a conversation off camera because of how shocked she was.
Mhm.
It would almost seem like they had a conversation about this already, and they agreed on a yes. And
She
because
was
she
genuinely
was
shocked.
so shocked. And to I mean, from the pods, it didn't make sense how shocked she was. And so that's why I think that they must have had a conversation off camera about their decision.
One
So
would say yes by the way that she reacted.
yes, because it was not, I mean, the audience wasn't shocked, but I guess, we're not, I mean, like we're looking outsiders looking in. We're not in that
Right,
relationship with you. So
right.
I understand that. However, there were so many red flags. And, you recall the thing that she said in the pods where, well, if I see red flags, I'm gonna paint my nails red to match. Like, it seems like she's also one of those,
You know what?
like, she
The
needs healing, like
sad
she
thing
needs
is
therapy and healing too. I think
she
that
does.
doesn't know how, like, she doesn't know how to discern good from bad. Like,
And I don't know that it's so much good from bad as it is that there's
yeah,
a lot of her that, okay, her and Kelsey are on two different spectrums, but not Chelsea, I'm sorry, but not really.
right.
Because let me just say this, and I've said this in a post that I put in groups that I'm in regarding the show.
Mhm.
AD is a cautionary tale of a lot of us.
Yes.
She is a beautiful woman.
Mhm.
She has a beautiful body. She has a
Mhm.
lot going for her. She has a sweet soul and a sweetheart. And she is
Yeah.
willing to build with the man and work with the man and meet a man where he's at and be his support, be his peace, all of those things.
Mhm.
But
What
unfortunately, in her past,
literally everything that a man says that they want.
says that they want. She's
Every
ready and willing to give
complete package.
the
Yes.
complete package. But what has happened to her and what happened to her where she was shocked because she thought this was a foolproof plan to prevent it from happening again is none of these men were willing to go to the altar. And that within itself, when it's something that you really want, causes you to have doubts. And if you guys heard her say,
Mhm.
that she wasn't enough.
Like, why am I
And
never enough?
and I'm
That,
never
that,
enough. It's
yeah.
like we almost get right here and there's something that
Every
always
time.
prevents. Right. And
Mhm.
I know I felt that way. I think we've all felt that way at some point.
Golly. Yes. And
Sure.
as my mom, that
I do.
I felt that way. My Lord.
I do. But it's a
So
lie.
it is.
And the problem is, and I've said this so many times to dear friends of mine, to my daughter, to my sister, to so many women in my life that I love and adore. And I'm not speaking on what I read about, what I watch on TV. I'm speaking about what I know. The
Mhm.
truth of the matter is, and I saw NAD, and if I could have reached through the screen and gave her one of those good old sister girl hugs, I would
Absolutely.
have, because I want her to know that she is not only enough, she's more than enough. She's the
Yes.
full package. And the right man would never let her go. He wasn't the right man.
Right.
He had so much unhealed trauma that he would only bring you down and cause you to suffer. And even though
A
sometimes what we think we want is not what's good for us, what
right.
is good for us and what is right for us is easy. It's not hard.
Mhm.
And I am so mad that yet again we see another sister get rejected. That chips away at the notion that I just guess I'm not good enough for this. It's not going to be me. And I
Yep.
saw her many times lead with her body,
Yes.
lead with the things that she's been told are her only great assets when they're not. They're not, they're not, they're not. It is sickening, even though we always said, her body was body on, because it is. I mean, I got to give a woman, because look, that's not easy. Some are born
No.
that way. You got to work at that, right?
Yeah.
That ain't plastic surgery, sis. That's
Mm-mm.
her. That's all her. But
That's
that's not all she is. You feel me?
right.
And I
Right.
didn't like how Jimmy paraded her around or they catcalled her, but she's used to it because that's
Right.
what she gets to lead with, because that's what gets her in the door. There's so much more to her than that. I was disgusted. Clay, you are a jerk for that. And then after all of that, when she's completely embarrassed in front of her family and friends, he has the nerve to
Because
come into
because that is what got me. That is the
child.
part that I wanted to literally go through my screen and just like
Ooh.
jump on his back so that just to get him away from her. Because
Yeah, I
no,
mean, jump on his back with the neck
no,
hold.
yes,
Really?
because what are you doing? And
It's a
I've heard
lot.
that they're still dating. I've heard that they're dating.
Oh man,
So
I don't
you
know if
know
I
what
can
that
take that.
means. So you know what that means.
Well, that's
If
what he
it's
wanted.
true,
That's what he
is going
proposed. He
to-
didn't
right,
say he was
exactly.
leaving her.
He wants to, because he wanted to still come through whenever whenever
So
she would
she's
allow.
reduced herself to what she's been used to all along
Right.
with him.
Right.
That
That
embarrassed her on
she
national TV.
explicitly told him that she did not want. But he's
don't know
like,
what to
oh, no,
say.
I'm gonna make a believer. I'm gonna make a believer out of you. But that's what they do, Mom. And I need you to like, because you know, we get in these, but you tell them exactly what you want from them. They give you a piece of it to like, to make you fall in love, right? To like make you want them. And then they do exactly what, or like they try to prove you wrong.
Well, y'all,
it happens. Like
it
but
does happen. I mean, listen,
that was such a triggering scene for me, Mom. Oh my gosh, good grief.
I can imagine. I mean, for that matter, it was triggering for me. I mean, I am thankfully in a very healthy and happy marriage with a man that respects me, but it wasn't always that way. So I say all this to say this to all of you women out there that are watching us. You are enough. That the issue is, and I hope what we all learn by watching this is when the person shows you who they are, please believe them. He showed her
the first time. He showed her in the pod. He showed her in the pods who he was.
Most deaf. And if Matthew hadn't messed up, she wouldn't have picked him. But I digress. Now, all right, so we're talking about when he comes to visit her in her bridal suite. And then we're going to talk about the conversation between Clay's parents, which I think is one of the pivotal,
honestly, the best part of
the best part of this, the best part of the episode. So, all right, his mom does, console him and tells him, and so does his dad. His mom says, she gives him a hug, and she supports him as I would mine. If that was truly how he felt, no one wants to see someone jump into something they're not ready for. Okay. Right. His father was like, I still love you. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you. Da, 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 da. It was dumb. Anywho, he goes in there and he comes in to see AD. At this point, everybody's cleared out and she's just in there.
Just crying. Wiped her makeup off. Crying.
Oh, it was just crying. So sad, y'all. Ugh. And he pretends like he doesn't want to see her that way. But I don't see not nary tear shed from him. I don't see, I'm not gonna say I don't see some remorse for hurting her. I see it. But it was not, it was never his intention to walk away. He's like, "Where do you think I'm not leaving? I'm not leaving you." But dude, you don't have that choice, okay?
Right. No,
it's her choice now. What you did, that's up to her.
Right. But he already knows because he knows he's got her. He knows that she's attached. And that's why he said, and that's why I fully believe that they are still together today and wasting her time.
And that's all it would be. She explained to him how hurt she was, how she didn't see that coming. And he explained that he wanted to get counseling and he wanted to heal and be a better version of himself before he married her.
You can be that husband. She would have worked with you. She literally said.
Oh no, she said that. She said that.
We could have done that together. I got some trauma. My dad wasn't shit either, so we could just go together. But
he did. Then he did. There was a part when he said he just wasn't there. He wasn't there with her yet. No. That's what it ultimately ended up being. That among things. So then we're going to go to the scene between.
Quickly before that, I just want to say that walkout was one of the most that was the most flawless walkout that she had, though. I mean, her team all fell in line behind her, and
her mom and sister did. She was like, y'all.
That walkout was badass. I'm not gonna hold it like that. She looked so good. Oh my goodness. Sad, but she looked amazing.
One thing that what AD's gonna do all day is give it to you.
It's
Look,
like,
listen, AD gonna slay, hurt, happy, or indifferent. She gonna give
right.
you all of that and then
All of it.
some. You
Mhm.
might have made me, you think you made me look crazy, but when I walk away, who gonna look crazy?
Good Lord, she looked, and he looked crazy, standing there looking dumb.
Did not.
Yeah. Anywho, we can continue on to the best part of the episode. Let's go.
All right, we'll do. So we have a scene now where Trevor, Clay's dad, and his mom come together. And y'all, let me just say this. Bria says that what happened with AD particularly was triggering for her. This conversation was triggering for me, not in the sense of I felt traumatized, but in the sense that I know I need to be better. When I say that Clay's mother is the epitome of, when you see a picture of what does healed and past it look like, it's her.
Healing and grace, sure.
Healed, yes. When they talked about what happened with their son, and she wanted to make sure that he understood that a lot of the reason that he was where he was because of his father. And his father still being stupid.
Yep.
He danced around the issue so many times, and he basically, and she was like, and I just want you to know that this new information was just given to me. And and she was so classy about it because she could have read him for filth. She didn't say exactly what it was, but we all know what it was, right? And she was saying that it was because of him, the things that he exposed his son to, that has caused his son to struggle with learning how to live in a healthy relationship. Absolutely. And he said, oh, well, he's just got to find a wonderful woman like you. And he said, and she said,
you found me.
You found me. Oh, like, yeah, like but you didn't treat me good.
Right.
And when he tried to keep going, she shut it
well,
off.
my dad wasn't, I didn't have a dad. The excuse that Clay likes to blame it on his own father, pretty much.
Which is a generational thing, but them I see.
Absolutely. The cycle, right. So that,
but when you had wonderful me, you didn't treat me good. But something about that statement that left him looking so stupid. But he isn't as mature as her to fully grasp what that woman did. But before she even allowed herself to get slightly emotional, she ended the conversation and she walked off, y'all. And let me say this. If you didn't really feel what I'm saying, go back and watch that scene.
Just one more.
For every woman, young and old, I want you to know what true healing and maturity looks like.
Right.
I aspire to be able to articulate the things that happened that has potentially affected my children with that much grace, without the anger and the theatrics the way she did. I'm not there yet. And my children know I'm not there yet. But I aspire to be there because
but it's okay. That's okay,
Bria.
because we're all a work in progress. I'm
all a work in progress.
So
and I aspire to be there. So I'm trying. I mean, but it inspired me. No, and that good sis put him in his place in a way that only a queen can do.
Absolutely. He felt that though. He felt it.
He felt it. He didn't know what to do with it because he's too immature to articulate.
He had to cover his face from it falling on the ground because
she did that. Y'all, she did that. If you didn't catch that scene, please, y'all, go back and watch. Matter of fact, when I get off here, I'm gonna go watch it again.
Me too.
It did something to my, like I sat there like this, like, wow. So
powerful.
Profound. Yeah. It was powerful. It was, I paused it and called Bria to just say, Bria, was that not? It did something to my spirit.
Yes.
It was healing for me. I need to get there.
Yes.
Indeed. And I will get there. I promise y'all. I'm a work in progress. Ain't that right, Bria?
Absolutely. Definitely better than she used to be. She just gets better.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're going gonna leave Clay and AD alone until the
Yes.
reunion. Because I could go on and on about this, but I'm not. We're gonna put a cap there. We're gonna go over to the happy ending. Amy and Johnny. Y'all, the wedding was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
The families coming together was beautiful.
Mhm.
Johnny had no doubt in his mind. Amy, no doubt in her mind. This
America, no doubt in our minds that they were going to say yes.
Right.
They were. I mean, literally, from the time they met each other, like face to face, I mean, you could just tell that these two were meant to meet and meant to be with each other for sure. That would be a couple that'll last for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was here for every bit of it. It was the piece of the show that we all needed to deal with the craziness that was happening around them.
Yes. Almost
they
like they've been together before in another life. Like that's how
I think so.
Yes.
So great.
It was.
She looked angelic, like we said, when she tried on her dress when they did it.
So
she's like a little angel. She's so beautiful.
She was really good. Oh my goodness.
That was sweet. Like she looked like she could be a Disney princess to me.
Yes, that's exactly what I got. I got angelic.
She was giving Disney princess, y'all. She was so pretty, and he looked handsome, and he just looked like he was so in love with her.
Yeah.
And I was here for every bit of it, y'all. It's not a whole lot to say because it was just so perfect.
It was just so good. Yes, everything was perfect. I mean, the dad
was like legit perfect.
McIntyre Cortez comment, but that was. But that was,
look, that's a Latino thing. You know, I'm not going to give that what it gets. Right. So, that was like the only thing.
It was
her daddy. Yeah.
He was very happy. He said, I got a son now.
So happy.
I love it. I loved it. It was
a
beautiful.
All right. So we had one. Love is Blind gave us one couple. All right. So shout out to Amy and Johnny. Y'all did that. Love wins, and love is blind for you guys.
For them.
All right, guys. So really, that's what the show was giving. We told you they only dropped this one episode. We got to wait for the reunion. But you know what? Once it drops and we watch it, we're going to be right back here to let y'all know what is up with the reunion. Can't wait. We've already got a little spoiler with the looks. I might even drop them on this video so y'all can get a little glance at what the looks are giving.
And if you've made it this far, you've seen. But I want y'all to, somebody's missing. Somebody's missing from the reunion looks. Comment below who it is.
Y'all let us know who's missing. I'm gonna put the looks up. Now you tell me who's missing from the lineup. Let's talk about it. Put it in the comments. And what else I'm gonna need y'all to do is I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button. And I'm gonna need those of you that are on here, go on and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go on and share it with the world because we got lots to say, y'all. We got lots to say. So share it with the masses and put your comments in, y'all. Who's missing from the lineup? Give me what did y'all think about AD and Clay, y'all? What is your take on what we just witnessed? Please, and y'all tell me about what you thought about Chelsea and Jimmy. And if those of y'all that want to chime in on the beauty of Amy and Johnny's romance, I'm here for all of it. So put it in the comments. And thank you guys for coming and sitting here with us as we chat about Love is Blind because we do so love that show. So that's all we got for you tonight. So we're going to tell you guys good night. Tune back in with us. This weekend is going to be a bit of a blur, but we're going to give you a heads up and we're going to drop more content so you can tune in. So be on the lookout because we have a good old recap for you on Married at First Sight Denver coming. Child, it's going to be juicy. Y'all got to come on back.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Right. So I'm going to let Bria close it out as she typically does.
Okay. To all of the wonderful subscribers, viewers, everyone out there, I see you. I love you. I'm thankful for you, and I'm grateful for you. See y'all next time. Bye.
All right, guys. Bye.